We are live here for another live stream. That is right. First of all, I got to apologize. I was supposed to do a stream earlier on today for the Wizards Hornets game. I wasn't able to do that. Last time I did the stream, I looked at the times for the Wizards Hornets game. That stream was supposed to be from 4 p.m. to about 7:30, which would have given me kind of an hour break. And then I start with the Heat stream, but the game was on earlier, completely missed it. And yeah, I got to apologize for that because I did promise that I was going to do that game and was quite looking forward to it. And it was only near the end of the game where I was like, damn, I didn't watch it. So I got to apologize about that. But we do have the Jazz game here today. And we got Heat versus Jazz. Jazz are at home. Heat are there. It is the first time, I think it's the first time that we're facing the Heat. So this season, I have watched a couple of Heat games. And I got to say that, like they're a pretty good side. Norman Powell, obviously looking, I think he's coming back from an injury. But it's going to be kind of interesting. We got Kasparas Jakuponis, somebody that I looked up for the Jazz in the draft. He started out a bit rough for the Heat, but they finally kind of getting him in the system, and I'm really looking forward to seeing him in this game today. We do got Bam Adebayo in there as well, so it's definitely going to be quite a test there for the Jazz because the Heat aren't trying to tank games in any way. Nice little play there by Ace Bailey. Jazz, they're up 6-2 right now. The Heat get another bucket there, courtesy of Lawson. Now, Pele Lawson's going to go to the line after getting a nice little bucket there in the last play before. And I have to say, this is the first time that we've had the game, at least on live TV. Normally, it is on League Pass, and it'll be easy to watch. But I actually had to turn on the TV for this one. All right, Keyonte George had the ball, loses the ball there, Keyonte. Let me All right, Jazz, another turnover there. Sorry, not turnover. Ball goes out. Still going to be Jazz ball there. Heat playing some pretty good defense right now. I know we got Eric Spoelstra, probably one of the league's best coaches. Obviously, next to Will Hardy. You know what I'm saying? Nice little play there by Keyonte George. He loses it. He's got two guys there that's on him. And I got Norman Powell there passing it to Lawson. Oh, that's a block there. Cody on Jakuponis. Kasparas not been able to handle that length of Cody. And Keyonte George getting a layup there on the other end. I'm loving that one. And he gets fouled. And he's going to go to the line. Nice little play there by Keyonte George. Keyonte George run about 90% from the line. And you got Jaime Jaquez coming into the game for Pele Lawson, which I'm quite surprised. Like, this is pretty early on. It's only literally 2 minutes in. That's a bit weird. Like, I haven't seen anything he's done wrong. All right, Keyonte George there makes the bucket. Jazz up by 5 right now. Oh, it's a miss there by the Heat. They try to get a little something there. Pass it out there to the corner. We got. Oh, that's a steal there. Steal there by Keyonte George. Sets up Svi Mykhailiuk, and he gets fouled. Svi Mykhailiuk's going to go to the line to shoot 2. I think that was. I can't see who that was for the Heat that had that. All right, Svi Mykhailiuk at the line to shoot 2. Heat up by 6 right now. Jazz up by 7. 11-4 for the Jazz at the moment. All right, Jaime Jaquez. He loses the ball, Jaime. Ball picked up by Nurkic. Jazz trying to set things up. Keyonte George with a 3. That's a miss. Nurkic gets called on the foul. Okay, it's interesting the way how the Heat are using some of their players. Like Pele Lawson's being used as a point guard. That's a 3. We got the first 3 of the game. And that's going to get the mega horn. That was loud. That was loud. My apologies on that one. Cody Williams right there getting a dunk. That's a miss. Bam right there. Bam gets it. I'm surprised they didn't call a foul. Bam Adebayo there getting a layup. That's his first points of the game. And then it's a timeout by the Jazz. Jazz up by 4 though. All right, game is on break right now, so I got a few things I got to do. But yeah, hold on. Let me fix this, and then I gotta do some YouTube stuff, and then we could kind of get going. Shout out there to the one person in the chat. Much appreciated. Let me know if who you cheering for. Are you a Jazz fan? You returning viewer? Gotta say, if you are a returning viewer, you'd have probably watched the last stream I did. I gotta apologize. I was supposed to do the Hornets Wizard stream earlier on today. I did say in the last stream that it's supposed to begin at 4. For some reason, it didn't start at 4 and it started earlier. By the time I got to 3:15 to prep, the game was damn near done. And yeah, unfortunately, I completely missed the stream. But at some point, I'm gonna watch a Hornets game. It'd probably have to be next weekend. I know the Lakers one is on right now, but that only started like just a bit before this, so I couldn't even go about and do that one. All right, game's still on break. Whoa, this is a really long break. All right. Game's getting ready to come back on now. I think it's not going to change much, but they're just going through a couple of highlights. I love the little breakdown here that they're doing. They're showing the play of the loss, little baseline cut there from Keontae George with a setup by Jusuf Nurkic. Now they're showing the next one with Jusuf Nurkic setting another baseline cut up to Cody Williams. And Cody Williams gets the easy layup. What's up, D-Rom, man? I hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for joining the stream. I know you're a Jazz fan, D-Rom, but I got to apologize. I was supposed to do another stream earlier on today for the Hornets, but I completely messed up the times. I'm pretty sure that when I checked on Thursday that the time for the Hornets game was supposed to be at 4 p.m., and it just wasn't. So when I went to prep, like, it completely messed it up. And honestly, I feel bad because, like, I did make a promise that I was going to do that. But you know, we're here for some Jazz, and next time I will do a Hornets game. I promise you right now, I will do a Hornets game and a Lakers game at some point. But let me know what you think the score is going to be at the end of the game, D-Rom. Jazz up 15-14 right now, leading by 1. So far, I think the Jazz do look better. That's a mid-range shot there by Ace Bailey, putting the Jazz up by 3. Pele lost someone there with the ball. Passed it there to the corner. You got Norman Powell with a nice little layup there. Norman Powell. Jazz got to do better on the defensive side on that one, I say. 7 minutes to go. Keontae George has the ball now. Key. He's got the former Warriors man that's on him now. Switch to Kasper Giacochonis. Keontae George there going for a layup. Tries to draw the foul. Doesn't manage to get it. And Jaime Jaquez with a Euro step. Misses. That's cleaned up by Bam Adebayo. And Bam right there. Giving the Heat their first lead of the game. Jusuf Nurkic there with the ball. Passes it there to Ace Bailey. Intercepted by Jaime Jaquez. And it's a 3 by Norman Powell. That's a miss. That's too easy. Jazz got to do better than that. D-Rum says, you're good. No problem. 126-124 to the Jazz. I like that scoreline because so far it looks pretty close. Right now, 21 for the Heat, 17 for the Jazz. 6 minutes to go exactly. Jazz playing pretty well, but so are the Heat, and I think it's really going to be a close game. The way how we're using Jusuf Nurkic, we started with Svi Mykhailiuk, who gives us some good defense. You got Keontae George just there. You got Ace Bailey that's there. It's going to be a close one, but if we play in the right way, do what we need to do, Jazz can get the win. All right, so that last play there, Jaime Jaquez gets a layup with some contact via Ace Bailey, and he's going to go to the line to shoot for 1. He's another one, Jaime Jaquez, I really like as a player. Jaime Jaquez does drain that one. Jazz down by 5 right now, 24-19. We do got a couple of changes in. We got Kyle Filipowski coming in with a nice fresh trim there. Again, Filipowski playing at the 4. Love that. Love that. We got to give some round of applause. Will Hardy finally playing Kyle Filipowski at the 4, you know, instead of punishing the guy, because, you know, it has definitely been a hard run for Kyle Filipowski. We haven't been able to feel the skills that he is generally able to do that we saw in Summer League, that we saw at the tail end of last season. We haven't been able to see that, but now we're going to get an opportunity to be able to see that. And on Filipowski, I really, really look forward to seeing his skill set. Now, that's a 3 by Keontae George. That's a miss, though. We do have a couple of changes there. Isaiah Collier is also in the game there as well. Another miss there. So we got Keontae George, Cody Williams, Isaiah Collier, Filipowski, and Yusuf Nurkic, which means that Svi Mihailuk and Ace Bailey are currently on the bench right now. Jazz reducing the lead right now, doing pretty well on that. Norman Powell's going to go to the line, though. Game's moving pretty quickish. I got to say that. I think, like D-Rum thought, it's going to be a close game. I do think it's going to be a close game here. All right, Norman Powell going to the line to shoot 2. Well, he does make the first one there. Well, he's about to take the second one. All right. Norman Powell does make the second one. Jazz down by 5, but we're still early on in this. All right. Yakachonis so far, I think he's been indoctrinated with that Heat culture. He's playing full-blown defense right now, full court. All right, Kyle Anderson is in the game. Did not realize that Slow-Mo's in the game. He's in there. Bryce Sensabaugh in the game now. We got some more changes. Norman Powell with a 3. That's a miss. Come on now. We got to get the rebound. Come on now, guys. Norman Powell there. All right, he makes Slow-Mo dance. Passes there. Yakachonis with a 3. That's a miss. All right, Isaiah Collier gets the rebound. And Isaiah, nice thread through the needle pass there. Isaiah there to Kyle Anderson. Kyle Anderson giving the Jazz another couple of points. Jazz only down by 3 right now. And the game is again looking close. Nikola Jovic there going for a bucket. He gets fouled. He's going to go to the line for 2. This is great for this Jazz team. This game is being showed on air, live on TV. Great for these Jazz players to go out there and get a lot of coverage on how they're playing. Jovic with the first miss. Good foul. Good foul. Project Fortnite says over 3 overtime, 175, 169 in favor of the Jazz. That would be an incredibly long game. That'd be insane. But I don't blame you for having that mindset on that. Just because how the Jazz play Project Fortnite. Like we all know, Jazz like defense, good offense, but not a lot of defense there. I'm not sure on the Heat though. I've only watched the Heat 2 other times this season. But this was like pretty early on. 1 in preseason, and then 1 at the very beginning of the season. So I'm just not sure on them. I'm not sure on them so far, but game's relatively close. Jazz down by 4. Oh, nice block there by Isaiah Collier. Sorry, Kyle Anderson there with the block. Isaiah Collier there with the steal. Bryce Sensabaugh there with a long 2. That's a miss. He's got to do better, Bryce. Right. Got Jovic there. He has the ball now. Puts one over on Bryce. That's a miss. That's going to be out. It's going to be Jazz ball. We got the former Jazz man. I didn't realize that Fontecchio is at the Heat. Former Jazz man there with the Heat. It's another break. And we got just shy of 3 minutes to go. And it's still going to be a relatively close game. Okay. All right. I got a couple things I need to. You know what? I got to take a quick break. I gotta sort out a few things, but I'll be right back before it's on break. I'll be back. Okay. Game's up back off of the break. They're saying that ball comes off of the Jazz. Kyle Anderson is going to be Heat ball. All right, still Heat ball right now. Bam Adebayo, it's a little spin move right there. I wonder if he got that from Asia. Oh, it's a steal there, Kyle Filipowski there. He passes there. Keontae George. Oh, nice little steal there by Kyle. Flip right there, doing really well for the Jazz. Jazz just down by 2. 27 for the Heat, 25 for the Jazz. 2.5 minutes to go exactly. But it is looking like a very high-scoring quarter. It's a 3 by the Heat. That's a miss. Jaime Jaquez there gets a 2. Heat there with 29. Jazz with 25. Here we go. Kyle Anderson there with the ball. He passes it to Key. Key out there. Corner. Oh, come on. Sensabar. Oh, Sensabar with a miss. But but he gets fouled. But that's fine. That's fine. He's going to go to the line, shoot 2, and he's going to drill these. And I think that is somebody by the name of Smith for the Heat. Hold on. I really should have the names of the Heat players because I don't know all of these guys from the Heat. I know the obvious ones. So Drew Smith, he must be really new. I wouldn't be surprised if he's a rookie. Everybody else I've kind of heard of, except for Myron Gardner. Keishad Johnson kind of looks familiar, but I'm not familiar with him. Everybody else, Andrew Wiggins, obviously former Warriors, Pele Lawson, Bam Adebayo, Kasparas Yakichonis, and Norman Powell start this game. All right. Bryce makes both of them. Good one there for Bryce. That's definitely needed. At least he can get some points for him. But it's now still Heat ball. Bam Adebayo right there. He's backing down. Slow-mo does get one over him. And I got to say, first of all, I love Bam Adebayo's game. I actually built my NBA 2K character in the mold of Bam Adebayo. His game, that kind of 4 that can play a 5, that can be able to do a little bit of everything. So I just want to throw that out there. Heat get another bucket, and they get to go to the line to shoot for 1. That time, Nikola Jovic for the Heat getting a basket there. And unfortunately, Sensabaugh there fouling him at the end. Should have done a better job at fouling him. Either slam him on the floor. That's what you got to do. Just get him there on the floor. Jovic there going to shoot. Oh, I don't think he made the bucket. No, because he's shooting too. All right, Jazz down by 5 right now, 32-27. They could be down by 6 if Nikola Jovic makes this. He does make it. They're down by 6. We do have 90 seconds left in this first quarter, and Isaiah Collier has the ball. All right, Zay passes it there to Slow-Mo. Kyle Anderson. What is Kyle going to do? He's got Jovic there that's on him. Bryce, he's there. He's got Fontecchio. Bryce there with a 2. That rolls in. Nice one there by Bryce. We need to see a bit more of that. We're going to need to see some threes as well. All right, we got Bam. Bam there. Bam there missing. He gets fouled. He gets forced that time on Kyle Anderson now. The Jazz making Bam work, but when Bam is so skillful, a big like him, capable of really doing a bit of everything. Shoots a 3, got a good mid-range, can dunk, layup. He's physical. He's got all the qualities to be successful in this game, Bam. Makes the first free throw. Heat there with 34, Jazz there with 29. Jazz still down by 5. You're hoping, fingers crossed, Bam could miss this next one. But the Jazz really need to hone in on defense right now, or else this score line here at Project Fortnite, they're talking about 175 to 169. That one, that is a perfect reality. Isaiah Collier right there driving. Isaiah, just go for the bucket, bro. Jovic there on the counterattack, the Heat. Fontecchio, that's a miss. Jazz got to get something on it. Bryce passes it forward. And the mistake made by Isaiah Collier, he cleans it up. He gets a bucket. Jazz down by 4. Fontecchio, it's a 3 by Adebayo. That's nothing but air. And it's going to be Jazz ball right there. And Filipowski is going to be there with the inbound pass. Ref is going to, Filipowski there with the inbound pass there. Zay picks it up. And Isaiah Collier start pulling the strings, Zay. It's a 3 by Key. Major key alert. Major key alert, people. Keontae George there with a 3. Gotta love that, baby. All right, it is Heat ball, though. Jazz down by 1 right now, 35-34 in favor of the Heat. Jaime Jaquez, he drives to the corner. It's a 3. It's a miss. Fontecchio trying to save it. He does. It's Jazz. Can somebody get it? Stop. Come on. Can someone get it? Filipowski right there. Oh, Jazz in the quarter. They didn't manage to get the bucket off, but Jazz are down by 1, 35-34. Both teams, that last bit of play, just like the Heat just couldn't get the ball in the basket. And it was just rebound after rebound. Jazz couldn't get anything. But the quarter ends, Heat just about in the lead. But 35-34 points scored for both teams in the first quarter. That tells you a lot. Both teams are not playing defense. Not like it's just all offense right now. And like I normally do with these live streams, we're going to take a look at some of the stats, and we're going to let me show you how both teams are kind of getting on. And I haven't checked out anything. So let me share my screen, and we could start taking a look at stuff. So like, this is how things look like after the end of the first quarter, right? You got both teams that like the Heat have had more field goal attempts, 31 compared to 12. Jazz actually like pretty efficient from right now. They suck at threes, 1 out of 5 from 3. The Heat there with 3 out of 12. I mean, both teams probably suck at threes right now. But again, the Heat are slightly better. Free throws, like both teams are pretty good. Jazz are at 100%. But that points in the paint. Jazz there with 24 as expected, because right now our 3-point game has not been that great. So we do have to rely on getting the ball into the paint, which is exactly what I expect. This is not, I repeat, it is not a three-point shooting team, the Utah Jazz. You know, we have moments where we shoot the three ball really well, but for the most part, we don't shoot the three ball that well. Points in the paint for the Heat, 16. They're actually a little bit better, so it's probably about even. Turnovers at Jazz are pretty low. And then on the rebound side, just the Heat out-rebound the Jazz. This could be a problem right here. This could be the problem for the Jazz in order to get the win. Because if we're not at least competitive on the rebound battle, you know, those second chance opportunities that I keep saying game after game that the Jazz keep giving other teams, like we're gonna keep giving them second chance opportunities and they're gonna start like knocking them down. But just like that last play just before the end of the first, you know, you want to limit those. If you can limit those second, third, fourth chance opportunities, then you have a chance. But rebounds really help to kind of build that up. So that's how things look like right now. Game is starting to come back on right now. I'm gonna go back to, you know, you guys have to look at my face now, uh, in a high definition. But at halftime, I'll take a look at full kind of box scores and that kind of stuff as I normally do, and then we can kind of take it from there. Victim of fate, hey, victim of fate, man. I like I gotta apologize, man. Thank you for the saying the Jazz are gonna win. I was supposed to do the Hornet stream earlier on today. You saw from the last stream, like I said that that game was supposed to start at 4. I swear to God, that game was supposed to start at 4 p.m. my time, and go on until about 7:30. Then there was supposed to gonna be a break, an hour break, and then this game starts at 8:30, and it didn't. So when I went and checked, so I could start kind of preparing to log on, the game was damn near finished. Um, yeah, I apologize for that. Like when I say I'm going to do something, I do it, and like it kind of sucked that I wasn't able to do that. So I still owe you guys a Hornets live stream. I'll definitely be doing that at some point. It'll probably be a weekend one, just because in the weekdays it's a bit weird. Unless the Jazz have like 2 days off, and on one of those days off it ends up being a Hornets game. That's the only time. But definitely it will be a weekend one. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna pre-plan and get it nailed down in the calendar, and then we'll take it from there. But I hope you're doing well on this Saturday, victim of fate. Thank you very much for joining the stream. Much appreciated. And you know what? Much appreciated again for the 6 people that are watching the stream. I'll give just a round of applause for all of you. Again, you know, us small streamers, we don't get a lot of people coming in, but I do appreciate the views. Even if you don't put a comment there in the chat, I really do appreciate it. But if you do want to put a comment there in the chat and interact, it does help the stream out as well. We just get a conversation going on the game and on basketball in general. And, you know, let's go out and have some fun. Yeah, but like, did they change the game time? Because I am sure, like, I checked it on the stream to be absolutely sure before I even said anything to you guys. Like that's what I'm wondering. Because, like, literally, I was laying in front of the TV, like watching Twitch. Like, to be honest, I could have done a stream. I just didn't even check because I was like, okay, I'll start prepping like 45 minutes before, like around 3:15, 3:30. And like it just wasn't I don't get it. Like I don't get how I missed that. But yeah, I'll sort it out next time though. All right. Game started up again. Jazz down by 4. Oh, that was also almost a dunk there by Ace Bailey. Isaiah Collier right there on the breakaway on that one. Isaiah Collier, he gets fouled. I think he's going to go to the line. And we got somebody there, number 15, who was marketing for the Heat, Myron Gardner. I don't know if he's a rookie or a sophomore. I'm going to have to check him out. He's a new one for me. He fouls him. I don't know about the Warriors game, but I know when I went to check for the Hornets game today versus oh God, which would you call against Washington? Like that game was supposed to be at 4, and then all of a sudden it wasn't. It looks like it was like at least an hour ahead of where it should have been. So I don't know if the Warriors. I don't know if another game got bumped and they changed several of them. But when I checked, like, I couldn't believe it, man. So I'll have to check that out on why that was. But yeah, the Wizards game was supposed to be at 4, and then this one, because then for me it was like I'm gonna start streaming at 4, and it was gonna be from 4 till like 11 p.m. my time, and I was just gonna do constant streaming. But like, yeah, it looks like they've been changing some stuff. But yeah, I don't know. It's the NBA. We don't even get prior notice. Like there should have been at least a couple days notice. Like, how do you change that kind of stuff on the day? All right, Jazz down by 7 right now. They do have the ball though. Nice little play there by the Jazz between Clayton and Collier. One of the few times we're actually getting to see Walter Clayton and Isaiah Collier play. Isaiah's got to get closer to the perimeter. Isaiah finds somebody to mark. Oh, it's a steal there by slow-mo. Oh, nice one. And it's a steal by Bryce Sensabaugh. Good defense there by the Jazz. And that's a foul on Bryce. Heat playing some pretty good defense right now. Bryce Sensabaugh gets fouled. There's slow-mo there on Myron Gardner. Hey, watch out, Myron. Watch out. Watch out, bro. And Myron Gardner right there, getting a bit too physical there on Bryce. He's going to force Bryce to go to the line. I wonder if this Myron Gardner is a rookie. Maybe he was undrafted or something. Myron Gardner, undrafted 2023. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I never heard of this guy. Never heard of this guy. All right, he's only averaging about just shy of 7 minutes. I mean, he's getting some games right now. Oh, of course, like the Heat are going to use a game like this in order to go about and test their players. So it'll be pretty interesting. But they're challenging us. I don't understand what exactly is it that they're challenging? What is there to be challenged? It's a foul. Bryce goes to the line. Let him go to the line. What is this on Kyle Anderson? I don't get it. I don't get exactly what. Exactly. Yeah, it's going to be 2 shots for Utah because they've identified that like there's no unsportsmanlike. It's like what are they doing? They're acting like Kyle Anderson did this. Like if he'd done something like that, like then I would have been like, "Oh, I think it's fair, but it's just not within the rules." So Bryce is going to go to the line to shoot 2. Hopefully he gets these in. That'll take the Jazz to 38, and then the Jazz will only be down by 3. All right, Bryce taking the first one. He makes this. Jazz are on 37. We got just over 9 minutes, so 9 minutes, 3 seconds left in this second quarter. And Bryce about to take the second. He shoots. He scores. Nice one there. Jazz down by 3. And here we go. And then I think it is number 12, Myron Gardner. Boo. Pele Larson there getting fouled to the line. Ace Bailey there. That is definitely something he's got to watch out for, Ace Bailey. I mean, I love the effort on defense, Ace Bailey. Just a bit too physical for the NBA. They're not ready for you, Ace. They're not ready. All right, Pele Larson going to the line to shoot 2. Oh, he did make the basket. Never mind. Shoots 1. He gets it. Jazz down by 6 right now. Isaiah Collier there with the ball. Passes to Walt to Ace. Ace Bailey with a 3. That's a miss. And Bam Adebayo gets the ball. And he passes it to Myron Gardner. Gardner there with a 3. That's a miss. Jazz are going to do better. Come on now, Jazz. Gets a layup. That's a miss. Come on, Jazz. You got to rebound better. All right, Fontecchio out to the corner. It's an open 3 by the Heat. That's a miss. They get another rebound. What are we doing? Can some guy, you have to defend. No. There's Drew Smith there getting a layup. Too easy, man. Too easy. We got a couple of comments there in the chat. Oh, hold on, maybe not. I've read those ones out. Jazz now down by 8 because of the lack of defending and stopping the rebounding. Walter Clayton with a 3. That's a 3. There we go. Walt right there getting a 3. That one definitely deserves the mega horn. Fontecchio with a 3. That's a miss. Guys, you got to get the ball now. Stop ball watching. It's another 3 by the Heat. That's a miss. Oh, my God. The Jazz are getting killed on the 3. It's a floater there by the Heat. They miss, and they're going to go to the line. Oh, that is sloppy. What are we doing? Pele Larson. Oh, my God. Even the commentators are talking about they're bringing in Yusuf Nurkic back into the game because it's you guys, you got to rebound. You got to rebound. Holy crap. The Heat got 2 points in these last couple of plays, and they had 8 or 9 chances to get 2 points. It's just too much. Too much. And Miami don't even look that great in comparison to the Jazz. They're winning right now, but I just feel like they're beatable. We got a comment there in the chat. This one there by Project Fortnite. He says, big 3 by Bulls just now to seal thriller game on Derrick Rose jersey retirement. You know what? Shout out to Derrick Rose there. I got to give a little sharing for that. Because you know what, right? Before this game, I did check out Michael Jordan also gave him a congrats on getting his retirement. That's perfect for the situation. He probably is going to go down as probably one of the best Bulls, or probably one of the most talented Bulls point guards in history. And if you was to put an all-time Bulls starting 5, in a lot of people's eyes, he's going to make it. And definitely in my eyes. It'll be him at the 1, MJ at the 2 at the very least. Boy, that would have been a matchup. Can you imagine Derrick Rose and Michael Jordan playing the 1 at the 2? That would have been amazing. Oh, man. Again, Jazz there with bad defense. Clayton there. He gets a hand on Andrew Wiggins. Wiggins is going to go to the line to shoot 3. Bad defending. Bad defending right now. I don't even know what to say. Project Fortnite says, presented by Michelob Ultra. I listen. No, Derrick Rose, it's a shame that injuries messed up his career because he really could have been considered one of the best point guards that play. For me, he was in that kind of Russell Westbrook, D Wade type of mold, hyper athlete, could get to the basket anytime he wanted to, and was a pretty good shooter as well. But he's going to go down as one of them where it's injuries messed up his career, unfortunately. All right. Let me check some of the scores though. I know we got like 6 minutes left, but let me see who's balling out. All right. We got Bam Adebayo has probably been the best player for the Heat. 15 minutes, 11 points. He's got 8 rebounds. 8 rebounds. And we haven't even finished half the game. Like the way how he's gonna end up with a damn near triple double, maybe definitely a double Bam. 11 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist there for Bam Adebayo. And then for the Jazz, it's probably Keontae. Oh, maybe not. For the Jazz, it's kind of spread around with the Jazz. No one's really kind of taking the bull by the horns. And it probably is Bryce. Bryce there with 10 minutes, 9 points. He's got 2 rebounds and 1 assist. Yeah, it's probably Bryce. Bryce has probably been our best player so far. Notable plays, Ace Bailey there with a -11 plus minus. And again, that it's not like he's played badly, Ace, offensively, but defensively, he's just given up a lot of fouls. That is what's gone against him. All right, game's starting to come back on right now. Project Fortnite says the Curry stop up. Facts. All right, looks like they overturned that one. Jazz challenged it, and they win the challenge. Did look like it was foul though, at least according to NBA rules, not according to my rules, but did look like it was a foul. One thing I also noticed is Larry Markkinen is there, and I thought he was supposed to be like not. Shouldn't he be at home resting? All right, another bucket there by Nikola Jovic for the Heat. Jazz down by 7. Keontae George is back into the game. We're going to need a little bit of key magic right now. All right, Nurkic gets fouled after a nice little pass there by Walter Clayton. That foul on Jaime Jaquez. And Nurk is going to go to the line to shoot 2. All right. Nurkic there misses the first one as expected, but we know Nurkic is around 60% from the free throw line, so he should make this second one. You know, he's just got to feel his way around the bowl. Pause. Oh, God, he misses both of them. Sweet baby juice. All right. That's fine. It's fine. We'll score in other ways. It's Heat ball right now. Jaime Jaquez got the ball now. He goes for a floater, gets that one. Jazz down by 9 right now. Come on, Jazz. Turn us around. We need a major key alert. Keontae George with the ball now. Passes to Svi Mihайлuk, who's back into the game. Didn't even notice him there. To Nurkic. Nurkic right there. Backing down there. Oh, Nurkic is in trouble. He's in trouble. It's a steal. Jaime Jaquez there. Pass it down the court quick. Norman Powell there gets fouled. Sorry, Nikola Jovic there gets fouled. He's going to go to the line. Shoot 2. Too easy. It's got to get rid of it, guys. Good team defense there from the Heat. I already see the problems. All right, at that time, there was a foul on Keontae George. That's a strategic foul he goes up and takes. And Jovic about to shoot the first of his first 2. He shoots. That is a miss. That's good. Maybe he can miss the second. But Jovic is what? I think about 50% so far from free throws. He probably will make this one though. It does make this one, yeah. Jazz down by 10, 53-43. And we got 5.5 minutes to go in this game. Walter Clayton there with the ball now. We need some Walt magic. We need Walt Lake City. That's what we need right now. Walter Clayton right there trying to set things up. Pass it to Cody. Cody right there on the inside. Pass it to Nurk. Nurk out there with a layup. Misses. Oh, it's a steal there by Cody. Cody. What are we doing? It's a turnover. Cody tries to set up Nurkic there for the breakaway, but it's just too strong. And the Heat get the ball back. Lots of silly mistakes, I tell you. You got 5 minutes to go. Norman Powell has the ball now. Norman Powell, he drains a long two. Jazz down by 12. Heat on a 14-5 run over the last 4 minutes. We got to do better now. Steve Mahai. Oh, man. Backcourt violation. Cody Williams loses the ball now. Jazz being really sloppy right now. I can tell you, real sloppy. All right, Fontecchio right there. Pass it to Jovic. Jovic gets two. Jazz down by 14. All right, Keontae George has the ball now. Svi Mihailuk out there. Again, Jazz struggling to break down this Heat defense. Nurkic. We're relying on Nurkic too much. It's becoming too obvious and predictable. All right, Jazz there with a steal. Oh, come on, guys. Jovic is becoming a problem in this game now. Jazz can't deal with Jovic. He's what? Just as tall as Nurkic, more athletic, and can shoot. Jazz do have the ball now. We got to start turning this around now because now it's looking stupid. Keontae George there with a layup. Misses. D-Rom says 7 turnovers in the Jazz's favor. If I was to check, I wouldn't be surprised if they made 7 turnovers so far for the Jazz. Have they? Yep, 7 turnovers. But the Heat have made 8. Like this is. I mean, we're gonna take a look at this halftime, but my guess is that the reason why they're losing this game is bad defending, not rebounding well enough, and not shooting the three. Well, they always don't really shoot the three that well. But I would say, yeah, definitely bad defending, struggling to break down the Heat and their defense. Oh, man, come on. You can't let these guys have open threes, guys. All right, Keontae George there. He goes up for a 3. That's a miss. We're doing too much. Oh, yeah, no problem, D-Ron. But they did have Jazz do have 7 turnovers. They do have 7 turnovers. And I mean 7. 7 isn't good. Like in a half, 7 is not good at all. And I know the Heat have 8, but again, it's not good. And I don't think this Heat team are that great. Like they definitely need another piece. But the Heat are playing some really good defense. I can't even lie. Norman Powell at the line there to shoot 2. He does make the first one. Jazz are down by 14. Walter Clayton comes out the game, and Ace Bailey is about to come back in. All right, Norman Powell right there. Drains both of them. All right, we got 3 minutes, 9 seconds. Keontae George now has the ball. Come on, Key. Ace Bailey back in the game. Good to see Ace. All right, Ace Bailey, right. He's got Jaime Jaquez that's on him. Ace Bailey going, look at that. The step back. Shades of KD. Doesn't manage to connect. Norman Powell there gets the rebound. Norman Powell right there. Draws the foul on Keontae George. It's gonna be a timeout there for the Heat. But I think the Jazz are the ones that really need the timeout. And we got just under 3 minutes left. Oh, he was looking at the wrong stat. Oh, no problem. No problem, man. Game is on break right now. I'm going to take a quick break, but I will be right back. All right, game's about to come back on. And then we can finish off the second quarter. Norman Powell is about to take a couple of free throws. He misses the first one. The Jazz have conceded way too many, man. Way too many. Jazz are going to need to make some type of comeback. All right, he makes the second one, Norman Powell. Heat are up 60-44 right now. Jazz are down by 16. All right, Filipowski's in the game. Good to see him. We're going to need that. Good defense there by Jaime Jaquez. That's a 2 by Keontae George there. Maybe that's the catalyst. Jazz could kind of get going. Jaime Jaquez there. He's got Ace Bailey that's on him. Heat ball now. Got Andrew Wiggins. Wiggins there. Larson to Bam, and Bam gets the dunk. $62 for the Jazz. Sorry, 46 for the Jazz. Ace Bailey there with a dunk. That's 48 for the Jazz. 62 for the Heat. All right, Jaime Jaquez there. He passes it to Norman Powell. Cody Williams is in the game. Good to see him. Cody's got to stay with Norman. We do got to watch out. That's almost a steal there by the Jazz. That's Pele Lawson with a 3. We don't normally get 3s in this game, but that was a 3. And I got to give that one. We got to be fair and equal. All right, Ace Bailey there. He passes to Keontae George with a 3. That's a miss. Nurkic gets the bucket. And passes it to Cody, and Cody right there nails it down. There we go, Cody Williams. Cody right there nailing that one down. Giving the Jazz 50 points. The Jazz are down by 15. It's another 3. It's another 3. That one's there, been nailed down. Jazz down by 18. Jazz are really going to have to start nailing down these 3s. We got 60 seconds to go in this quarter. Keontae George there gets the bucket. Jazz 52. All right, Jaime Jaquez. Cody needs to stay on Jaime. Keep that defense on. There we go. Cody. Oh, that's a foul on Wiggins. I think that time was on Yusuf Nurkic. Oh, sorry. Ace Bailey there with a foul. And I look forward to halftime so I could take a look at really what's going on with this team, because this is crazy. All right. Wiggins there is going to the line to shoot 2. He shoots, makes the first one. All right. Yeah. Ace Bailey coming out. Too many fouls, man, by Ace. Too many. That's where it's becoming a liability. I commend him for the effort. All right, Wiggins making both of them. You got 40 seconds. Cody Williams brings the ball up, passes it to Keontae. Keontae there with a 2. That's a miss. Bam gets the rebound. Norman Powell there passes it to Fontecchio, to Bam, to Norman. Norman right there with a layup. That's a miss. Norman's going to go to the line. This second quarter has been tough for the Jazz. Real tough. Norman Powell's going to go to the line to shoot 2. All right, he shoots. Oh, he missed the first one. At least that means the Jazz won't be down by 20, because that's what it's looking like right now. Yakachonis coming out. Haven't really noticed Yakachonis at all in the game, but we'll get to that at halftime. All right, Norman Powell there. About to shoot his second. All right, makes that one. All right, this is going to be the final play of the game for the Jazz. Oh, wow. The Heat playing full court defense. Wow. On the inbound pass with 18 seconds left, Keontae George right there gets the ball. We got to watch out for the backcourt violate. Guys, can we stop being sloppy? Look, it's a steal because they're being sloppy. Heat punished them for their mistake. 2 seconds to go. That's what I'm trying to say. Sloppy. Jazz down by 21. And a lot of it in that second quarter is just sloppy play. That's for me with the eye test. And we're going to take a look at how things are now that we're at halftime. Give me a sec. Let me get all the box scores going, and then I'll share my screen, and then we can take it from there. All right. All right. Now I can share my screen now. Give me 1 sec. This is what things look like for the Jazz. First thing, I shouldn't be surprised. Look at that. Holy crap. Cody Williams supposedly is the worst with a minus 20. It doesn't feel that way, to be really fair. It does not feel that way. Yusuf Nurkic there with a minus 19. If you watch the second quarter, you'd feel that way because Nurkic wasn't putting anything away and was getting owned by Nikola Jovic. Svi Mihajlo, I mean, I haven't noticed Svi that much, to be fair. And Keontae George has kind of been invisible. Ace Bailey's had a tough time. We'll say that. Ace Bailey's had a tough time. And then Walter Clayton there at the bottom, he's got a minus 14. He's got 9 minutes. Turnovers, right? The Jazz have 8. But if I'm watching this game, I'm like, holy crap. The Jazz must have like 15, 20 turnovers because like it just seems that we are not keeping the ball well. Like that's what it seems like. It seems like everything that could go wrong, like we're doing wrong. But we've only got 8 turnovers. Still overall, I think that's bad. Got a turnover here. Got 1 here for Cody. Yusuf Nurkic has got 2. Svi Mihajlo with 1. Keontae with 2. Bryce with 1. Isaiah with 1. When you're looking at it individually, it doesn't seem like it's a lot. But when it's spread out the team like that, that's not good. Then when you look at it offensively, I noticed this 4 out of 12. We need Keontae to be better. To be fair, that's what 30% from the field. That's really poor. 0 out of 4 from 3. That's poor. 0 out of 4 from 3 for Ace Bailey. That's poor. Not bad on the field goal percentage though by Ace Bailey. Yeah, I'm looking at all of these and I'm like, these are quite low. And then Keontae's been inefficient. Yeah, like it doesn't seem like it's all that bad. But when you put in what's going on here? When you put it in comparison to what the Heat are doing, so like rebounds, look at this. 12 rebounds for the Jazz. 36 rebounds for the Heat. 36. That's why we're getting owned. That is why it looks like the Heat are dominated. They are out rebounding us. They've almost doubled out rebound us. No, sorry, they have. I'm looking at the wrong one. We've got 12. They've got 36. They've got 3 times more rebounds than the Jazz. They are getting second, third, fourth, fifth chance opportunities. And that was very apparent in the second quarter. And I talked about it in the first quarter. Assist there is great. 19 for the Jazz, 15 for the Heat. And turnovers actually like quite the same. But the most glaring and obvious stat is the rebounds, man. Defensive offense. They even talking about it right now. I'm not going to listen to what they say because like I could see it for myself. Like that is the glaring stat. Because that is the problem. Look, 50% from the field, like it's like okay, like yeah, the Heat do have attempted more field goals, but the percentages are not that bad. Like both teams suck at shooting the 3. Both teams are not that great at the free throw line. But the rebounds are that is key. And what makes it worse is that we don't have anybody. Like this is where like I'd be like, Oscar Tshiebwe, my guy, get on Bam Adebayo. There's no Oscar. There's no Kevin Love. Like as a matter of fact, K Love. This would have been a great game for K Love to be in because being a former Heat guy. So that's where it is. Unless we improve on the rebounding, this game's over because they're getting second, third, and fourth chance opportunities every time they miss. That's really what it is. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a break myself, and then I'll be right back at the beginning of the third quarter. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to stop sharing my screen and then we can take it from here. So it looks like all the Jazz fans, the stadium is empty. It's empty because all the Jazz fans are taking a leak, getting a beer and a hot dog. They're like, why are we down by 21 right now? And the same things that we identified at halftime are the same things that they've been talking about on commentary. Supposedly, like the Heat have had a new record with the amount of offensive rebounds that they've been getting. Not surprising. Not surprising. Good defense there by the Jazz though on this play. They did manage to force a turnover, which is nice. But the only way they're going to come back in this game, right, is that they need to, by the beginning of the fourth, they need to be down by 10 and then come back and just manage to get it. Like that's the only way. Because they're not going to be able to crush the Heat. Crush the Heat with kind of breaking this 20-point deficit in one quarter. Like that just isn't going to happen. But they can chip away at it. All right, Aaron Wiggins there with a three. I think it's going to be Heat ball. Oh, no, it isn't. It's going to be Jazz ball. Jazz get the ball back. Jazz there with 54. Heat there with 73. Jazz down by 19. But they do have the ball now. They're going to have to do something with it. Jazz go there with another cut. I think it's going to be another. I think it's going to be a foul there on Wiggins, on Keontae. Jazz right there playing very dangerous. It's kind of obvious what they're doing right now. They're playing Nurkic at the top of the key, and he almost is going to be like the point guard, and he's going to set things up for the other players. Ace Bailey there with a dunk. Nice little, again, nice setup there by Jusuf Nurkic. The Jazz have their own Nikola Jokic and Jusuf Nurkic because that's how they're kind of using him. Jazz there with a turnover. Like how, bro, how are we turning the ball over? That's a silly turnover. That shouldn't be the case. Come on, Jazz. You can do better than this. We got Kasparas Jakučionis back in the game for the Heat. That reminds me, I need to do another data download on how these young players are doing, so we can start giving our mid-season evaluation. He goes to the line to shoot two. He does get the first one for there. That extends the lead back up to 18. Jakučionis there drains a second free throw. Jazz down by 19, 75 to 56. 10 and a half minutes to go. Jusuf Nurkic there. He's looking for it. Pass it to Ace Bailey. Ace Bailey gets a nice dunk there. I mean, the way out of Jazz to do it, like using Nurkic, is just it's great. It's like you just wouldn't have seen. And Nurkic there on the breakaway, nice one. Nurkic there getting a layup. I like it. I like it. I really hope Nurkic stays with the Jazz next season. He gives the Jazz another way to play, like a legit, like another way to play. All right, game is on break right now. Timeout was called by the Heat. Yeah, I have. You know what? You know what I haven't taken a look at just yet. You know what I haven't? I haven't taken a look at Twitter. I know I'm going to find something messed up on Twitter. Let's see what they're saying about this Jazz game on Twitter. Okay. Here we go. All right, on Twitter, they're saying that it's been an offensive rebound party. That's been what was posted by the Heat. You know the reason why that? Because they have been dominating the boards. Andy Lawson, one of my favorite Jazz beat writer, says Heat leading the Jazz 73-52 at halftime. Decent chance Nurkic gets a third straight triple-double, so that's good. But yeah, everything else hasn't been great, and even Nurk has struggled at times. Facts. Completely agree. And here's the official stat. Miami Heat have 17 offensive rebounds. And that was 7.5 minutes in the second quarter. How many offensive rebounds do they have right now? They have 19. That's what sometimes a team would have throughout the whole game. And that's just rebounds, not like just offensive. We got to clean it up. That's really what it comes to. What else have we got? I've got much else. Just constant posting from the Heat, the Jazz, and the NBA. Yeah, that's about it. And just in time, I guess. Game is starting to come back on right now. And I think they're talking quite a bit about Jusuf Nurkic. I completely understand it. He's got 8 points, 11 assists, and 4 rebounds. There's a chance he might get another triple-double, especially the way how the Jazz are using him. They are basically playing him almost like how the Nuggets use Jokic. All right, that's a turnover there. Oh. Cody gets hit in the eye. That's not good. That time by Andrew Wiggins. Of course, it's not malicious, but they call a foul. Ace Bailey there with the inbound pass to Keontae. Key passed it to Cody. Cody right there to Key. Key right there to Nurkic. Nurkic there to Ace. Ace with a long two. That is a miss. I look forward to the day to where Ace Bailey's mid-range game really translates. I think it's going to be next season, and boy, when it does, he's going to be a bad mother. That time, first three of the third quarter. With a three. Jazz getting a layup, though, courtesy of Svi Mykhailiuk. And Yakachonis gets a layup there. Jazz down by 22. We got to start shaving it off. We got to play some perimeter defense. Keontae George there, he loses the ball. I think they're going to call, still going to be Jazz ball. I think that time it was Kasparas. Look at this layup by Kasparas. Kasparas just like little shimmy on Cody and just runs right past him. All right. Nurkic out there passing it to Key. Key almost loses it. Svi Mykhailiuk. Svi Mykhailiuk with a miss on that one. Wiggins trying to get past Cody. It's a block by Cody Williams. There we go, Cody. Cody out there like codeine. Nice one there by Cody. The length of Cody, that is really helping. Oh, that's a foul by on Norman Powell. I think that's Svi Mykhailiuk. And Norman's going to go to the line. I mean, I don't even think it's much of a foul, but that's Norman, just doing what guards do these days. Like all the foul bait and look. Oh, never mind. It's not going to be a couple of free throws. It's just going to be side out. Norman Powell, he's got Cody there that's on him. Good defense there by the Jazz. Ace Bailey is in front of Jovic. Oh, it's gone to Bam with a corner three. That's a miss. And it's a shot clock violation. The Jazz doing well on that play to force a turnover, and it's going to be Jazz ball. Jazz get the ball back, but they cannot waste this possession. They got to get a bucket. I'm hoping that they get a three. Keontae with a three, speaking of the three. No, that's a miss. They don't get a three. And Norman Powell there gets the rebound. Norman out there with a layup. Jazz have to stop with the rebounds. We got to Yakachonis out. It's a good swing play there by the Heat. They get a miss. Nurkic out there with the rebound. Ace Bailey, drive Ace. Ace Bailey with a layup. That's a miss. Oh. Then they get the rebound. Wiggins with a three. That's a miss. Ace Bailey with the rebound that time. And I think Ace gets hit in the face. All right. Jazz get the ball again. But the Jazz are being wasteful. Like, we got to put some of these chances away. Keontae gets the ball now. He's going to drive. Little simple play, little pick and pop action between Keontae and Nurkic. And Nurkic gets the bucket. Keontae there with the assist. That's a floater there by Norman Powell. Lead still at 22 with 7 minutes, 20 seconds left in the third quarter. They call a foul on Yakachonis. It's going to be side out now. I think it's going to be Cody that's going to pass it out. Of course, he's going to look for Key. And he's probably going to look to Ace Bailey on the other side. That's a missed three by Ace. Jazz, I don't know what their stats are right now by three, but they must be really poor. Bam right there with some post moves. He misses. And Svi Mykhailiuk, make him dance, Svi. Svi Mykhailiuk there with a layup. Jazz getting a bucket there. Jazz there with 66. Heat with 82. Wiggins there with the ball on the other end. Norman Powell right there. He drives. Norman with a miss. Yakachonis right there. He's going to drive Yakachonis. He gets it in. I think he's getting confident, Yakachonis. You don't want Yakachonis getting hot. He's someone that before the draft, I wanted the Jazz to get. Nice big guard, 6'6", length, could shoot the three. Nurkic out there with a fadeaway. God damn, Nurkic with a fadeaway over Bam. Nurkic right there already with a double-double, and Bam hits a three. I've hit this damn mega horn twice now for the Heat. All quarter. I haven't hit one, none for the Jazz. That's how bad we've been at three. We got a comment there in the chat. D-Rum says 15%. Hold on, what's at 15%? What are we doing? Hold on, what is the Jazz doing at 50%? Yeah, 15% from three for the Jazz. Poor. That's why they can't get back into this game. And it's not just the three. Like, they just haven't been shooting the ball well. They haven't been trying to create other chance. The Jazz are 52% from the field. But that three ball game, that's poor. And again, the rebounds. The Heat have 45 rebounds. 45. And 22 of them are offensive. Poor. We gotta do better. We gotta do. I don't know how. I don't know how. Like, at least not with the players that we have right now. You know, I could talk about Lowry marketing. I could just talk about the Jazz just putting more size. But like, Bam is bossing us right now. Let me see what else Twitter is saying. Game still on break. Yeah, I don't see a lot of chatter here on Twitter about the Jazz. At least not anything kind of unique. All right, game is back now. And we got a couple of changes now. I see Isaiah Collier is in the game. We definitely need some more creativity. I can see what Will Hardy's thinking. Slow-mo's in the game. Filipowski's in the game. But we got to watch out for like the rebounding, man. Like Kyle Anderson's great. Is going to be great for that. But I guess maybe that's to deal with, to give Yusuf Nurkic some rest. But the Jazz is still down by 22. And then Filipowski getting a bucket there in the paint there. That 6'11" frame is going to be great. He's a little bit more mobile than Yusuf Nurkic. He's going to have to stay there. Guys got to watch out. Stay with your man. I think they're going to call a foul. I think they call that on Isaiah Collier. And Norman Powell is doing really well at drawing the fouls right now. Victim of Fate says fourth quarter comeback incoming. I hope so. I hope so. I mean, right now, what we would need is like we would need to go on a 10-0 run, and then I would say yeah. If we could go on a 10-0 run, a 12-0 run, then that puts us in a great position to do that. But someone's gonna have to, like, be hot and start getting things going, because I think right now we got a lot of players that are that's a little bit cold. Right now, score is 93 for the Heat, 72 for the Jazz. Just under 4.5 minutes to go. Bryce Sensabaugh in the game. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. There we go. There we go. We finally hit a three. That could be it, Victim of Fate. That could be it. And they stop a bucket and they get a rebound. Look at it. Isaiah Collier there gets a layup. There we go. Jazz there, 77. Heat there with 93. If they could stop this and then maybe get another bucket, that puts us in a great light now. Andrew Wiggins there. Good defense there by Zay. Wiggins getting around. You got to watch out for that three. Good defense there by the Jazz. Oh, no, but that's a three there by the Heat. Jovic. Jazz down by 19, but they do have the ball right now. Keontae George there, a little bit cold. We need him to reactivate. Oh, no. Okay. Swing by the Heat. Jovic there driving. Oh, it's a steal by Isaiah. There we go, Zay. Isaiah, bully ball time, baby. Bully ball time. Jazz there, 79. Heat there with 96. And Isaiah being key. Heat up by 17 now. We guess Jaime Jaquez there with a miss. Rebound there by Kyle Filipowski. Filipowski and Isaiah starting it off to influence the change. Filipowski there with a fadeaway. Filipowski right there hitting him. Oh, yeah, this deserves a clap. This deserves a clap. Jazz with 81. Heat with 96. Jazz down by 15. Make that 17 because Andrew Wiggins just scored. Maybe Wiggins will miss a free throw. Maybe. All right. Norman Powell coming out the game. Thank God for that. Get the hell out. You've just been too good, Norman Powell. Get out. All right. Wiggins there shooting his free throw. Putting our lead back up to 17. And we got Filipowski there with the ball. Filipowski going to set things up for Isaiah to Keontae. We need Keontae. We got to have Keontae to activate. We need to. Oh, it's a steal. It's a turnover. It's a turnover. Oh, no. The lead is back up to 20. And the silliness has begun. All right. Come on, guys. That you still could do something in this. We got just under 2 minutes. Bryce there with an open three. Bryce hits a three. Let's go, Bryce. That's the second three that Bryce has hit this quarter. Oh, yeah. Fontecchio with a three. Oh, man. Lead back up to 20. Bryce Sensabaugh there. Bryce Sensabaugh there with another three. Oh, wow. Bryce Sensabaugh there. There we go, Bryce. Yep, 104 to 84 again, but now it's 104 to 87 because of Bryce Sensabaugh. Oh, that's too easy. That's too easy there. Jaime Jaquez getting a layup. 106 to 87 now. Jazz defense there just breaking down. Isaiah out there. Filipowski. Filipowski. He loses the ball. Filipowski. That's a foul. Keontae's going to go to the line. Filipowski's still down, though. And then Keontae's going to go to the line. But they're down by 19. 45 seconds left in this third quarter. Keontae there making it on that one. Definitely has not been a good game for Keontae. We do need Keontae to activate and to give us like 35 points in order for us to win this. Right now, he's on about 16. All right, Jazz there with 89. Heat there with 106. Oh, that's a turnover. That's nice. That's brilliant. That is brilliant. Heat there with a turnover. I didn't see that coming out. It's completely unforced turnover there to Miami Heat. That time, Nikola Jovic there with the turnover. But now Heat are picking it up full court. They're looking. Come on, Jazz. Stay away. All right, Isaiah Collier there with a miss. Bryce Sensabaugh with an open three. That's a miss. God damn it. Oh, Fontecchio, they're getting a bucket. Oh, no. Jazz again wants it down by 19. Guys, you're going to have to wake up. Don't give up. Don't give up. We, the fans, are here for you. All right, Bryce Sensabaugh there with the ball. He's making him dance. Fade away. That's a miss by Bryce. Jazz ball right now. They got 10, not Jazz, Heat ball now. They got 10 seconds now. Drew Smith there with the ball. Jovic, we got to watch out for Jovic. Jovic out there. It's a 3 by Fontecchio. That's a miss. And at the end of the third, Jazz are down by 19. That is slightly better than the end of the second, but we really, really needed to get this game within 10. And we really needed the Jazz to be at like 98 right now, or else this makes it really hard in this going into the fourth. Like, it's possible. It's possible. But when you look at the game, like, yes, the Jazz did win the third quarter, 37-35, but we got to play better defense, man. Like, the Heat have scored over 30 points every single quarter that they've played. But what really messed us up was the second quarter. 38-18. Like, that's like we're still feeling the pain of that quarter. That's why we're losing this. Looks like fourth quarter's coming around pretty quick. I thought I was going to have time for a little bit of break, but no, we are staying here live for this game reaction. Hope you guys have enjoyed the game so far. I hope you guys have also enjoyed my commentary on it. And if you do enjoy, hit the subscribe button. It does help the channel out if you haven't already subscribed. Supposedly the Miami Heat are playing tomorrow against the Suns. I won't be checking out that game. I'll be taking tomorrow off. I definitely need a bit of a break. It looks like they're not coming back at the moment, or maybe they are. Maybe, you know what? I won't take a break this time. I'm sure there's going to be some type of action that's going to lead me to, yeah, they're not taking a break. All right. It's the fourth quarter time, baby. This is what we call in England squeaky bum time, as in get up off your ass and time to do something. Time to do something quick. Jazz is down by 19. Jazz have the ball right now. Jazz have got to watch out. Isaiah very close. Looked like he was going to lose the ball there. We have a couple of changes there. Walter Clayton there is in the game, probably for Keontae. Keontae hasn't been great this game. And of course, they're targeting him. You read a scouting report, you know how good Keontae has been. But Keontae, 6 out of 17 from the field. That is not good. 16 points in 29 minutes. That's not what the Jazz need right now. The Jazz really would have needed another kind of 10 points from him, especially when you look at the amount of shots that he's also made there as well. Or at least at like 24. But just hasn't been his game. And then everybody's been bad at three. Everybody's been bad at three except for Bryce. Bryce is at 80% from three. So I won't be complaining about Bryce Sensabaugh more throughout this game about threes, because he's the only one nailing them now. The Jazz have been awful at threes this game. All right, Fontecchio went ahead with the ball now. Jovic at top of the key, shoots a three. That's a miss. Bryce Sensabaugh pick up the damn ball before it goes out. You guys are silly. And I think Drew Smith there fouls Isaiah Collier. Now I'm getting really worried. Now I want to win. I want to win. If you're new to the channel, I am not down for tanking. Like, I'm from England. We don't even know what that word even means, but I'm an NBA fan. When I do understand that that is how the NBA is, but I want my team to give 100% every single game. And I see the potential in this team. And I think that's the reason why it kind of annoys me. But we're going to stay at to the end and support the boys. All right. Isaiah Collier hitting 1 out of 2 free throws right now. Jazz right there shaving it off. Jazz went 92 to 108. All right. Bam Adebayo back into the game. We got, I think that's Drew Smith. Smith there passing out Bam with a 3. It's a miss. That's Bryce there with a steal. Watch out, Bryce, from behind. Bryce there with a Euro step. It's a block. Good defense there. Guys, just bloody shoot the ball. No, it's a steal there by the Heat. And the Heat don't let you have anything easy. And it's a foul on Bam. And Bam's going to go to the line. That time it on Yusuf Nurkic. Oh, man. Just like experience. It's just experience, man. Like, the Jazz hunting for threes when it's just like, just put the ball in the basket. Don't worry about the extra points. Like, every little helps right now. Bam Adebayo hitting that first free throw. All right, Pele Lawson's coming into the game now. All right, Bam hits both of them. Jazz are down by 18, 92 to 110. All right, Ace Bailey. Good defense there by the Heat. They're literally Walter Clayton with a 3. Oh, man. Guys, we got to drive now. I know that they've got more to. Oh, that's too easy there. Pele Lawson, Bam Adebayo goes for a layup, but it's a miss. And Isaiah, you got to drive, mate. You got to drive. Isaiah Nurkic with a 3. Nurkic hits a 3. There we go, baby. Jazz down by 15. It's another miss. Jazz get the rebound. Oh, they call a foul that time, and I think that's on Jovic. And I think Jovic gets a foul. Or on the Jovic gets foul. I think on Walter Clayton. Who was that? Oh, it's Ace Bailey, isn't it? Oh no, I think it's on Nurkic. Yeah, it's Ace Bailey. They're gonna pull Ace Bailey out. I think they're gonna pull Ace out. Yeah, Ace Bailey's coming out as expected. Cody's gonna come back in. It's too many fouls, man, and it's just a lot of rookie mistakes from Ace Bailey. All right, Jovic there hits both of them. Jazz right there down by 17. And in a way, they are slowly chipping away at it. Yusuf Nurkic. Nurkic there gets a layup. Nice one there by Nurkic. All right. Bam Adebayo passes there to Jovic. Jovic there back to Bam. No, guys, get closer to Bam. Oh. Bam there with a 3. That's the first 3 of the quarter for the Heat. Jazz down by 18 now. We got to watch out. They are literally like their defenses. We're going to get super close. Oh, they are triple teaming us. They are triple team. This is great defense there by the Heat. Oh no, they're getting saucy now. Fontecchio there with the ball now. All right, here comes Drew Smith. Smith out there to Lawson. Oh, that's a foul. Walter Clayton there with a foul on Lawson. Listen, man, I got to give props up to the Heat. The Heat have been played really well in this game, especially on the defensive side. Like you could see it every time the Jazz get the ball. It I don't like I'm not a basketball expert, but you could tell every time the Jazz have the ball, they have got like three people around them, but not necessarily that close to them, but enough that it causes the attacking player to think twice about what they do. And the third player is still in a position to where if the Jazz switch it, they could also switch on defense to whereby they cause them to think twice about driving to the basket, and it forces the Jazz to go out there and shoot threes. And depending on the night, the Jazz might not be shooting threes that well. And tonight is that night. And yeah, it's looking like it's not the Jazz's day. Jazz down by 21 right now. 118 to 97. That's really what it is. Jaime Jaquez is in the game. He passes it to, I think that's Wiggins. And then Isaiah Collier with the ball. He's got to put on the afterburners, Isaiah. Come on now. There we go. Isaiah right there putting on the afterburners. He gets the Jazz there to 99 to 118. All right. Jaime Jaquez there with the ball. He's got Walter Clayton there that's on him. Step back two. That's a miss. Jazz get another opportunity. Maybe we could get a three from this. Sensabaugh there with a floater. And he gets fouled there, Sensabaugh. Jazz there with 101 to 118. Jazz down by 17. They have a chance to reduce it to 16. Bryce Sensabaugh been really great, showing his versatility. That is something that we do need. The last game, Bryce Sensabaugh wasn't great. Wasn't able to get his shot off, wasn't showing the variation in his ability. But this game, he's showing that variation, getting to the line, driving to the basket, layups, mid-range, threes. It's looking very nice. All right. Looks like it's going to be a timeout there by the Heat. And the Jazz going to have to regroup. 118 to 102. Jazz down by 16. And they're going to take a break. I'm also going to take a break as well because it's been a while since I've taken a break. So I'll be right back, and then we can keep talking some more ball. All right, we are back here. We do have 7.5 minutes to go. And it's another foul on the Heat by the Jazz. Come on now. Let's do the miracle. Let's do the miracle. Come back by 16, 5 minutes to go. I mean, that's possible. I think it is. All right. Adebayo to the line now. He hasn't gotten to the line that much, but he's a pretty good shooter. Makes the first one. Silky smooth shot. All right. Adebayo makes both of them. Jazz are down by 18 right now. 7 minutes to go. Nurkic right there with the ball now, looking for something. Looking to try to set the guys up. Walter Clayton there with a long two. That is a miss. Right now, the Heat is really leading this. They are forcing us to make shots that, or attempt shots that we don't want to make. Nice block there by the Jazz. Walter Clayton doing really well on that play. All right, Bryce, drive. Isaiah Collier. Isaiah with a turnover. Drew Smith there with a bucket. That's a shame. That's just a bad pass. All right, Walter Clayton brings it up. Keontae George coming into the game. Didn't notice him there. Bryce Sensabaugh with a three. That's a miss. Rebound there by Lawson. He passed it to Bam. Bam out there. Oh, Bam with a three. Oh, Bam with a three. And Yusuf right there. That is a problem. Like this, like you could tell Yusuf Nurkic is struggling to go from the inside to try to defend the perimeter. It's just like, what do you want me to do, dog? Like I get it. I get it, Big Nurk. All right. And then Fontecchio there gets fouled. I think that time by Bryce. All right. Bam coming out the game. And I think he's done. Jazz are down by 23 right now. Make that 21 because of Isaiah Collier's layup. We got 5 minutes to go. Fontecchio. Oh, man. Fontecchio hits a three. Fontecchio is not playing around. Not playing around whatsoever. Bryce Sensabaugh there. Nice little shimmy and a fake and gets the layup. Jazz there down by 22 right now. And Bryce Sensabaugh there with 23 points. Woof. Nice one there by Bryce. We'll take a look at Bryce at the end of the game. All right, another turnover there by the Heat. Jazz get the ball back. They're down by 22. All right. Jazz ball right now. Isaiah Collier there. He's putting the that's a slip. He put the afterburners on. Oh, he managed to pass it to Bryce. Oh, that doesn't get in. Come on, Isaiah, get up. Oh, that's a bad one. Oh my God. Oh, no fast break points there by the Heat. That time by Pele Lawson. Heat there with 130. Jazz 106. I don't think it's going to happen, guys. Bryce Sensabaugh there with a three. Misses on that one. You got 4 minutes to go. Oh, steal there by Ace Bailey. Oh, that's off. And ball ends up going out. Ace Bailey tries to pass it there, but Drew Smith was in the passing lane and did really well to almost get the steal there. Supposedly, he is leading the Heat in steals out of all their players, and that's why he's getting a lot of games. All right, Ace Bailey losing the ball on that one. Nurkic trying to set him up for a cut. Oh, the Heat just playing really well. They get the block on Cody Williams at the rim. I was wrong when I said it. I didn't feel the Heat were a very good team. What they are really good at is playing defense as a team. Real good at playing defense as a team. They defend as a team. They work hard, never stop. Whatever weaknesses their players have, they seem to cut it out super quick. Supposedly, there's a potential flagrant foul right here. We got 3.5 minutes to go. Jazz down by 24. Don't know if they're going to go and break or whether they're just going to do it here right now, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what Will Hardy and Jason Terry are going to have to say, but wow. They give a flagrant foul for Yusuf Nurkic. All right. Nurkic gets a flagrant foul because he stepped into the shooter's landing zone. And Nikola Jovic is going to go to the line. The Serbian. He shoots his technical free throw. Oh, sorry, never mind. That's the first of his free throws. Oh, I think he's going to shoot 3. Shoots the second one. Hits both of them. Yeah. So it hasn't been great for the Jazz. Great for the Heat. I get an opportunity to see Kasper Shakachonis, and he misses that one. And I think the Heat get the ball, don't they? Yep, and the Heat get the ball. Shout out to the 7 people there that are watching the stream. Much appreciated. I know, if you're a Jazz fan, this might be a little bit hard because right now we are kind of getting blown out. And all right, it's a 3. It's a 3 ball there. Jazz down by 29. It's officially a blowout. Right, Isaiah Collier there has got the ball now. Passes there to Keontae George there. Keontae George, he gets fouled. He's going to the line to shoot 3. They called it on Drew Smith that time. Keontae won. He hasn't been having a great game, Keontae. He's only on 17 points there, Keontae. Sorry, 16 points. Okay, camera just went out. Give me a sec. I'm going to change the battery. Okay, I'm back. All right. Keontae George did hit all of his free throws, which is great. And it's going to be a turnover there by the Heat. Jazz are down by 26 right now, and the Heat are bringing in God knows all type of people. Who's this guy Johnson? Oh, Keyshawn Johnson. Yeah, Keyshawn Johnson's going to get some games. My guess is Myron Gardner is probably going to get some minutes along with Keyshawn. Yeah, but hasn't been a great game for the Jazz. Everyone is in the minus on the plus minus except for Filipowski and Kyle Anderson. Strangely enough, Filipowski has only played 14 minutes. Like, is that right? Yeah, Filipowski's only played 14 minutes. I wonder why. He doesn't even have any fouls. Why have you played Filipowski there? Very strange. But yeah. Okay. I'm just looking at the stats here right now. Yeah. Nothing's really. Oh my God, look at the rebounds. 60? 60 rebounds? We let them have 60 rebounds. Jazz have had 30. 25 of the 60 are offensive rebounds. And they've had 35 defensive rebounds. Like, wow. That is why. That's why we're losing this game. Like, they're killing us on the rebounds. Killing us. Yeah. We need more guys that can play in the paint. We need to work on our offensive rebounds. We actually just don't have the guys to be able to go out and do it, to be really honest. See, that's where something like the draft would really help. Caleb Wilson is my guy. If the Jazz get their pick, Caleb Wilson would be one I draft, but there are so many other guys that you could go out and get, but Jazz needs like this can't like maybe if we had Lowry and Walcott, it'd be a different story, but 25 offensive rebounds. Keontae George there with a 3. Oh, that's a miss. Yeah, this isn't a good Keontae George game. I'm positive of it right now. The Heat have had his number. Oh, we gotta watch out. You can't have two guys going for one ball. That's another 3. Now it's looking stupid. Now you're looking stupid. Jazz are down by 29. We got somebody down. I think that's Kasparas Yakachonis. I don't. Oh, he gets elbowed in his head. Oh, what the hell? Hold on. Who elbowed him? Who elbowed him in the head? Oh, he's walking. Like, you know what? No, that's good. Like. Oh, Ace Bailey with the elbow. Yeah, but like he's moving his arms that way, and Kasparis comes with his head, and like that's like what are you supposed to do in that situation? All right, Kasparis is he's getting walked out by Adebayo and Norman Powell. I think he's all right. Like he's getting walked out, but that's one where like he's gonna need some Tylenol, lots of water, and lots of rest. But yeah, that wasn't. Yeah, I mean, the referees didn't even call it as like a flagrant, so it's complete accident. This is the 8th highest scoring game for the Heat this season. That is not good. All right, Jovic there. Oh, got again. They're killing us on the rebounds. They missed the first one, and then they get the rebound to get a second chance opportunity. We got 120 seconds to go in this game, people. Jazz are down by 30, 140 to 110. And I can tell you one thing: the Jazz didn't tank this game. Like they got beaten by the better team. They just got beaten by the better team today. Um, and this is a game that tell you that defense really is the key because that's what the Heat did. They played rock solid defense. They crashed the boards. Like they don't even shoot the three ball that well. The Heat. All right, Cody there to the line. He hits 1 out of 2 of his free throws, and the Jazz are down by 29. And we got Keyshawn Johnson. And then Smith there going for the layup. It's a miss. The crowd are erupted in cheers because the Jazz managed to not only get a stop, but get a rebound off of that stop. And they're giving Nurkic a round of applause. He's coming out the game, and rightly so, man. Like Nurkic has been great. You know what? I give a shout out to Yusuf Nurkic, man. Nurkic has been great, man. They put Nurkic in the core part of the offense and said, "Hey, mate, you're gonna create, and we're gonna play off of you." Similar to the way how like Denver used Nikola Jokic. So you got Filipowski in the game. Filipowski's going to play the 5 now for the last 60 seconds. But we got a comment there in the chat. Hold on. Did he get another triple double? I haven't even checked. Did he get one? No, he got another triple double. Oh, the rebound gave him the triple double. That's why they all cheered. Okay. This is going to get triple double. Yeah, we got something positive to say. Nice. It's 142. Hold on. Who was it that said that this was going to be a high scoring game? Was it Victim of Fate or was it D-ROM? No, it's Project Fortnite had 175 to 169 in favor of the Jazz. And it's 142 to 111. Like, that's just it's ridiculous. Oh, and the Heat just scored another 3. That time by Keyshawn Johnson. Like, they are not they're not letting out the Heat. And I don't blame them. Play to the whistle. Yeah, a lot of hustle plays. That's what they're saying by the Heat. They just They crash the boards. They work hard. They do all the things that people don't really value in players, and they just do it very well. And then the talent takes care of everything else. All right, Isaiah Collier makes first of his 2 free throws. All right. I think the Heat are going to let it go now. I think they're going to let this ride. Oh, never mind. Kishad Johnson's like, they ain't give me no minutes. I'm getting my points. Oh, that's right. Filipowski getting up into the grill of Kishad Johnson. But like, what do you expect? This is a guy who gets like garbage time. Look, Keyshawn Johnson, sorry, he's going to play 3 minutes. Like, he ain't getting a lot of minutes, so it's like he's going to take some shots. And he hits the first of his free throws. And Keyshawn Johnson there get his points. And Isaiah Collier, he might as well go for it, Isaiah. Oh, wow. And they're like, no. And they go straight to the wire. They get a block. That's on Isaiah. That's going to be side out with 2 seconds. Just pass it to Keontae. Keontae, hold on to it. Filipowski with a 3. And Filipowski hits a 3. And Filipowski hits a 3. Filipowski hits a 3 at the end. It's 147. 147 for the Heat to 116. Diabolical scoreline. Absolutely diabolical scoreline for the Jazz. And I can't really say that, like, I mean, they did play badly. But again, this is what happens when you don't have all the pieces there. And the Heat it's that Heat culture. They don't believe in tanking. They don't believe in stopping. They go out there and they work hard. And that's what it is. But let's take a look at why I think the Heat were a better team. And then we'll get to the Utah Jazz and like what their guys have gone and done. Give me 1 sec, and then I'll share my screen. And we'll take a look at the box scores in deep, because this Heat team, this is the 3rd time I've watched them this season. One was in preseason, one was at the very beginning of the season, and then tonight. And you gotta say, like, they've been very good. Like Andrew Wiggins, he played 27 minutes. Like, I don't think he played much of the 4th quarter, but again, very solid. 40% from 3. Like at the end, they were 40% from 3. Started out slow from 3, and then in the 3rd, and I think a little bit of the 2nd and 4th, they just kind of piled it on. And 19 out of 47 gets them at 40% from 3, which is good from 3. You know, you had Bam. I thought he was fantastic out the game. Like, he was the Heat's best player. He was able to do a bit of everything. You know what? Maybe I wouldn't say he was the best player, but probably the 2nd best player. I think the one that I was really, really impressed by was this man right here, Nikola Jovic, who they are talking to right now. They're in Utah, at least from the commentators, not from the Jazz's commentators. But he was 50% from the field and 50% from 3, and 70% from the free throw line. Like, really good. Had a lot of open threes there. A lot of that because of the Jazz's lack of defense on the perimeter. He's talking about right now about he had some easy looks completely understand. Like, yeah, he did. But I thought he was fantastic. His size there, he caused Nurkic a ton of problems in the paint. Ton of problems in the paint. And Bam as well caused a ton of problems. Norman Powell, all right, there. I thought he was very good in this game. It says he only has 13 points. I could tell you his impact on the game, it felt like he had a lot more. His ability to draw the foul was like really good. So 13 points in 25 minutes. Me watching the game, I thought he was great, Norman Powell. Definitely, I'm going to put him in the Heat's like top 3 players in this game. Jovic probably gets number 1, Adebayo 2, and Powell 3. Those would be mine. Pele Lawson, I thought had a decent game. Yakachonis, first time seeing him, I thought he had a decent game in before he got elbowed. Fontecchio there, he was oof. Those threes that he was hitting throughout the game, they were a problem. Like, that's the kind of vet that you need. Somebody to come in, hit down 3 when that's needed, drop a couple of 2s when that was needed, and that's what he did. Really good performance from him. And that Heat culture, being dogged, constantly defending, too much for the Jazz, and that's what it looked like. But the key reason that we talked about all game along was this: the rebounds, man. 64 rebounds, man. That is ridiculous. And 26 of them were offensive, 38 of them defensive. Like, way too much, way too much rebounding for the Heat, and that's why the Jazz lost. And that's why the Jazz have stats that look like this, where it's minus, 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 minus. And only Kyle Filipowski and Kyle Anderson, the 2 guys, the KK, KA and KF, with any type of positiveness from their performance, at least in comparison to who they were going up against. But it was a poor game from Keontae George. He can have one every now and again, a poor game, at least for the standards that he's been shown so far this season, 19 points in 35 minutes. He's been one of the worst players, at least when you look at plus minus. Yusuf Nurkic, everything was ran through him, and yeah, he had a tough time going up against Jovic and Adebayo. It was tough, but he did run up with a triple-double there, Yusuf Nurkic, and you could see his impact on what they were trying to do. But the Heat came with a plan, and they stopped us. That's really what it is. Svi Mykhailiuk, he didn't have many minutes, but I like what he was doing in the game. His 8 points in 17 minutes were pretty good. Yeah, Ace Bailey, I thought had an okay game. Again, the fouls for me, man, the personal fouls, that's just too much on the foul side. Filipowski, I thought had a pretty decent game. 3 he had at the end, really good. Only took 1 3. Didn't have many opportunities to go out there and just be an offensive threat. Filipowski, again, playing within the team system, completely understand, but would like to see more. But the best player there for the Jazz is probably gonna have to be Bryce Sensabaugh, man. When your best player is from the bench, that really tells you a lot. Bryce Sensabaugh had 23 points, 7 out of 15 from the field, so more than 50%, and then more than 50% from 3, and almost 100% from free throw line. Had a really good game from Bryce. Really good game from him. Was the Jazz's best player, in my opinion. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But that's it for me in terms of the game. Yeah, you just have to hope that next time the Jazz manage to change it around, and maybe we could do something different. But that was a tough one. That kind of puts into reality where the Jazz are in terms of their progression. And yeah. So the Jazz's next game is on Tuesday. Interesting. So maybe I did say I owed the Hornets a game. There is 76ers Hornets on Monday. I think I might do that one. I'll think about it, but I think I might do that one on Monday. Because then that game ends at like 8. Yeah, that's still pretty. Yeah, I might do that one on Monday. 76ers Hornets. I'll do that one on Monday, and then we'll take it from there. But I just want to say thank you guys there for watching the stream. Much appreciated. Do remember to like and subscribe. And yeah, I will see you on Monday for the 76ers versus Hornets game. That one is nice and early there. I come back from work, come in, join the stream, talk some ball, and then yeah, there we go. But thank you very much, and I'll see you there next time.